AITB for leaving up a swing for my brother. Trigger warning. Bullying, ableism. My brother is 27. He's autistic, and he stays with me due to that, and some other pretty severe medical conditions. I am his legal caretaker. He has this hammock swing out back that he goes out and swings on almost every day unless it's raining. Then he has a rocking chair in his sensory room. That's his routine, and he's done that for as long as we can remember. This lady next door just moved in about 2 weeks ago and has been giving me hell about the swing because it's on the tree by the fence, and my brother sometimes will push against the fence to make the swing go. She wants me to take it down because it's the only tree in my backyard. I keep telling her no, it's in my backyard, that is his swing, that it's not her business. She even went as far as calling the cops on me about the swing. Thankfully, after explaining my situation, they understood and just told my brother to make sure he doesn't hit the fence. We agreed to that. Yesterday, when my brother went out to swing again, she stopped him and threatened to call the cops again if he got on that swing. I told him don't listen to her, get on it, it's okay. He gets on it and she sprayed him right in the face with her hose. Told him he's a grown man, he's too old for swings. I told her to get her sorry ass out of my sight before I called the cops. She just walked away. Am I in the wrong here? Comments. Commenter. NTA. But can you build something in between the fence and the swing so he pushes off of that and not the fence? For example, plan a pole where he can push off from. Or maybe a small segment of fence. Maybe in a color he enjoys? Also, I agree with the others to just call the cops each and every time she harasses or attacks you or him. Yes, hosing him is an attack. OOP. For example, plant a pole where he can push off from. Or maybe a small segment of fence. Maybe in a color he enjoys. This is not a bad idea. He really likes neon green and blue. I will definitely do that for him. Also, I agree with the others to just call the cops each and every time she harasses or attacks you or him. Yes, hosing him is an attack. I'm going to, and I also like everyone's suggestions with the cameras. I will be getting those too. I just hope he doesn't develop a fear of hoses after that attack. He had just gotten over his fear of water with the pool last summer. Commenter. How can she interact with him? Through a fence. Get a fence that's as high as your region allows it. What goes on your side of the fence is none of her GD business. If your brother decides to run around butt naked in your yard, he can, and she can STF you about it. Call the cops about her hosing down your brother. Ask them to tell her to back off, and keep it civil. This will only escalate if no one tells her how it is. You're a good sibling. Sparkling heart. OOP. How can she interact with him? Through a fence? Yes, I do want to build it higher. You're a good sibling. Sparkling heart. Thanks so much. I love my brother. I always have. I have been helping take care of him since I was 10 years old. He's been through a lot medically. Doctors said he wouldn't make it past 15 years old. Here he is 27 and a half, will be 28 in October. He's a trooper and a true miracle. I only took him in so he can have at least some sense of independence. It's not easy, but so worth it. Our relationship is tight, and the love and hugs he gives me makes everything worth it. Red heart. Update. 2 days later. First off, I want to thank each and every one of you for all your suggestions and ideas, and even the love and support for me and my brother in my previous post. You guys are all very sweet. I gotta say, I got some of the sweetest comments I've ever had on a post, especially from this sub. Now for the update you all have been waiting for. As many of you suggested, I did call the cops back over, and there is currently an ongoing investigation for the neighbor. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to say too much more on that run for legal reasons, but I will update more on that when I can. As for the swing, I went with a mixture of y'all's suggestions. I went to my local hardware store after work today, and I bought a stand for the swing and moved it away from the fence. I also bought a 2x4 fence-like thing to put in front of the swing, as a few others suggested. I had him try it out after I put it together. He was hesitant at first because change isn't really his thing, but with a little encouragement, he eventually went out and tried it and loved it. He's been on it for hours, and now I can't get him back inside. Rolling on the floor laughing, I told him it was from his Reddit friends. I really wish y'all could have seen the big smile he had on his face. Red heart. I found one of my spare cameras in my junk drawer, so I got that and mounted it on my window facing the swing, so any future encounters will be documented. I also just want to say I really appreciate all the sweet comments about my brother. They all touch my heart, especially the mama bear comments and the comments about being his friend and swinging with him. Y'all are seriously so sweet that I wish I could build a whole neighborhood and invite you all to move into it with us. It just shows that there still are some good people in this world.